The show went really good this afternoon. We had about 10 or 12 guys on, but just got started now. Hey, everybody, it's John Curtis Pender, EXMGTOO from IronX.com. I am the site owner. And if you got questions about training, nutrition, supplementation, or conditioning, one of me or my staff will have the answer. We've got a great staff. We've got about 6, 8, 10 mods over there that all compete in something. Bodybuilding, powerlifting. Alex is one of our mods. Just did a powerlifting meet up in Canada and total right at 1,600 single ply gear. Great meet. Anyway, with that being said, let me get a couple things out of the way. Ta-da! IronX way of change. Westis's, Vestis's, Postis's from over the year at IronX.com. Edward was good enough to put that together for him. The link is at the bottom of the page down there. And IronX Principles of Fat Loss. If you want to have like that, you can buy the book or you can hire me. Either one works. Or you can do both. I highly recommend both. Anyway, with that being, and the link's at the bottom of the page down there on that one. And with that being said, I am available for online training. No, it's not free, but it's very reasonable. You can ask either one of the guys in the audience today. I trained both of them, and they're both doing very well. And that being said, the link is at the bottom of the page for that as well. Ta-da! And John Pender's Training Services. If you got a buck a day, you got me. Just that simple. Anyway, with that being said, today's show went really good. To start off slow, we only had 2 or 3 people to begin with, and by the end of the show, we had 10 or 12 guys on there, and it went really well. I'm a little disappointed in my European brothers because the 2 p.m. shows for them, and I didn't see any Europeans on the show today. It was all Americans. So, but the Americans on there were at work, and I'm sure their bosses would have been happy if they knew they were watching the show during their work hours. So, anyway, we talked about a wide variety of things today. We talked about powerlifting and eating pizza and you name it, we talked about today. We talked about John Caesar's beard. So I'm sure he'll be stopping in for tonight's over. With that being said, you guys, this huge audience we got tonight, what's going on with you guys training? Alex, I guess you took this week off, resting up, and you'll be ready to go again next week, I assume. And if so, we need to chat this weekend, maybe Saturday or Sunday. Yeah, let's talk Sunday. On Skype Sunday, and we'll go over a few things, and we'll take a look at. You got videos from your meet, I assume. I'm gonna take a look at a couple of your lifts and see where maybe I know you missed a couple of lifts, and see if you got some mistakes we can strengthen up if the areas you missed in, whether they were just technical mistakes or something we need to strengthen up either way. Lots of them, yeah. I don't make mistakes. Well, that's good. It means it's my fault. I'll take the blame for that. So we'll get whatever you need to bring it, whatever we need to bring up, we'll catch up. Not a problem. Uh, Jeff said I had a nice deadlift day, but it wore me out for yesterday's work. Yeah, that's the way it is. Yeah, if let's see, you pulled on 2. If you pulled on what days you working out, Justin? I can't keep up with you, brother. You New York City guys are too fast for me. Uh, Work out on John Wednesday and Friday. Yeah, yeah. So if you pulled on Monday and I remember reading you saying you had a huge deadlift day on Monday. That carry Wednesday would be like your second worst day. So yeah, unfortunately, doing the 3-dayers, you're gonna have to bench in the middle of the week. Unless you want to go like Monday, Thursday, Friday, and then you could maybe squat on Monday and then bench on Friday. But yeah, but it's even worse. Yeah, yeah, 275 is respectable pull, man. Getting close to the 3 wheel mark on that. So anyway, Alex, did you pull 606 at the meet, Alex? Is that what you pulled? Yes, very good. That was your second attempt, I'm assuming. And then what did you miss? 617 or something, or 627? What'd you miss on your third pull? 617. Did you miss it at lockout or just getting off the floor? Mid shin. Okay. Yeah, you got a video. We'll take it. Did he get away from you and get out in front of you a little bit? Is that what happened, or did it just ran again? Yeah. Hey man, full power meets ain't no joke, dog. Time you put the gear on, take it off, put it on, warm up for this, that, long day. Plus you're out of town too. You had to fly out of town and stuff. It takes its toll on you. So yeah. Time you get to your third deadlift, you're supposed to be wore out. That's good though. Very good. Yep. I saw where Matt Blackjack posted that video of that 18-year-old kid pulling 800 on the board today. That's awesome, man. 800 with just a belt, hook grip on top of that. His fingers about that long. So, yeah. Well, is 606 a PR for you, or right there at it? Okay. Yeah, 240. Yeah, I know you dropped down a weight class. That's good. Yeah, you'll get back up there, no problem. Once you just kind of need to get acclimated to your new body weight. You gonna drop down another weight class or stay where you're at? What's the next weight class below 231? Yeah. What's the next one below 231? Like 220, 205? You're what are you walking around at? 225 or so? Yeah, those Canadians got weird weight classes. You could drop down to 205, but if you're going to do it, we need to go ahead and get it done pretty quick so you can get acclimated to that new body weight. Um, so you don't, so you can have a few months to train at 205. You don't need to be any heavier than 210 if you're going to lift in the 205s, especially if you guys got the same day weigh-ins. Yeah. Well, if you're going to stay in the 231, just need to keep you around 235 in your training, 230 to 235. Uh, yeah. Well, it sounds like we need to put a little bit of meat on you, and which is not a problem. We'll put some volume in your routine. Might do some rest pause stuff. Put a little bit of size on you. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. Green tea in a red cup. Hey, Anthony, what's up, buddy? John, I've been meaning to ask you, do you have any rules with eating before bedtime? Yeah, you should always eat before you go to bed. No, that's fine. Look, I'm a big advocate of making sure you hit your macros before you go to sleep. So, you got the warrior style diet and all these different diets. It really doesn't make a lot of difference. I wouldn't say, if you're eating 2,200 calories a day, I wouldn't say 2,000 before bedtime. But yeah, if you need to eat something before you go to bed, that's fine. Especially if that's all you can work in your schedule. Is it ideal? Probably not, but it ain't gonna make that big of a difference. Right, Anthony? Anthony's got a meet coming up in November. Alex just did one. John Cedar just. I think John, you got something planned down in Alabama in a couple months, don't you? September. Oh shit. Ooh, excuse my French. Yeah, don't forget to remind me about 7 or 8 weeks out, Tony. September. Wow, very nice. Down in Alabama, and was that Selma, Alabama? What was the name of the town? It was some weird sounding town. Arab, yeah, yeah. Arab, Alabama. I'm gonna try and find. I'm definitely doing the South Carolina States here at the beach in November, and I'm gonna try and find me one in between now and then September, October. Arab, yeah, not Arab. Well, they pronounce all the words that start with A in Alabama like that. Arab, Ahab, Asad. Amen. Uh, all righty then. My wife's family's from Alabama, down there close to where Hunter's at in Birmingham, out that way. Supposed to be Ahab, but the postal service messed up, so they just renamed it the town. Yeah, leaves the U.S. government to change the name of a town because they can't get their data installed properly. Anyway, you guys got any questions about anything? Yeah, Tony's got one coming up. How many hours before bedtime do you recommend stop eating? It really doesn't matter, Um, depending on the style of diet you're doing. I mean, if you're prepping for a bodybuilding show or something, I wouldn't eat. I'd cut it off Most of my guys I got in prep for bodybuilding shows, it never again depends on the schedule. I like to cut those guys off, cut their eating off around 7 or 8. But it depends on what your schedule is. If you're working second or third shift, you can't do that kind of stuff. So, being said, it just depends. I wouldn't don't worry about it, Justin. Just go ahead and eat, man. Just hit your macros by the end of the day. That's all I'm concerned about.